Okay. I'm Dorothy Bender, president of the Friends of Tijeras Pueblo, and we are a volunteer group who work on the site, do lectures, site tours, school programs, and we welcome anyone that's interested, and we always need volunteers. Now, this exhibit actually shows some of, this one in particular is pottery, and shows you the procedures and what is needed to make the pottery. And on the next side is some of the finished pieces. They use smoothing stones and the old crushed pieces of potsherds they do use in their mixture to make the clay pots. This pot here was actually made by one of our members who is learning to do pottery, and he copied it from an original. The picture in the back was actually found here in the ruins.
Neat. That's really neat.
Yes, and you can see in the pot here, it's actually a piece of yucca, and they chew the end of it to make it like a brush, and that's how they paint the design
That's really
on the
neat.
pot.
Yeah.
If we go around to the other side, we see some of the fibers that were used here. This is actually mostly from the yucca plant, which is a large source of materials for the peoples. They would use it for many different things, including when you see them brand new, those strings on the yucca can be pulled and then pleated together to make cordage. The actual pieces or leaves of the yucca can be softened and woven into sandals. Then the cordage is used to tie it on to the toe and the ankle.
That's neat.
Right, that happens to be a big foot.
Yeah. Here's fibers.
Uh-huh. And then in here, we're showing some of the sources of materials that they were used. Of course, here you have another sandal, which is much smaller. We used rabbit fur, animal fur. They actually used cotton, which for this site was a trade item. We have found cotton seed here, but nothing really showing that plants were grown here. Although with our garden out here, since we do have gardens, we try to grow some of the native seeds, and we have tried growing cotton plants. We do the corn, bean, squash, and varied, amaranthus and a few of the other things. But this shows an old spindle and the way they would have to make the cordage, the cotton, and then weave it into cloth.
That's really neat.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we are so glad you show an interest in this, and we would welcome any of your anthropology students or people to come visit us, take part. We always look for volunteers, and we'd like to have you join us at any time. So.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.